Mine says this meeting is being live streamed.
Okay, we're good then. Got it.
Are we on?
We're on.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. We are on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to New Earth Rising. We're so happy to be here. We apologize for being a little bit late, as always seems to happen when we got something powerful coming down the pike for you guys. Technology gets a little squirrely. So we're so grateful to be here. We're so grateful that you are here. I am Michele Amburgey. I am the Awakener, one of many. And chances are all of you are too. And we're so excited to welcome Rev Ned here. He's going to bring us some amazing Native American experiences and teachings. And then also my co-shenanigator, this gal, Sharon. Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Michele. Hey, Rev Ned. Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. And hello to Mike, Monica, Michele with the one L again on the other side of our screen. Thank you.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
we're so happy you guys are here. Thank you.
Hey, everyone. And I always say I'm excited. So this time I'm going to say I'm so stoked. I'm really stoked that Rev Ned is with us and is going to lead this ceremony and meditation for us. And it's going to be amazing. So thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And Rev Ned, tell us a little bit about you. You know, we just, Sharon and I are so madly in love with you and all that you are and all that you do. And it's hard to put into words how to like present you to our audience, to the world, because what you do is so cosmically like intertwined with all that is awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
That sounds like my wife trying to describe me.
Yeah. I understand her struggle. The struggle is real.
I have always been pulled, even as a young boy, to the woods, to the tree people, to the elements. We had a tree growing up we called it Chip and Dale after the chipmunks, and it was burnt out, and we could crawl from the inside and go all the way to the top of this tree. It probably wasn't that tall, but when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, it was huge. And that was the start of many things. My parents allowed me to be close to the earth, and that impacted my life to this day. I was never involved, never raised in any institutionalized religion of any sort. And one of the things, I managed graduate international housing for many, many years, which means I've met folks from 177 countries and all those spiritualities and all those different, and became very close to them because these were master and doctoral students and researchers that'd be there for a year, but especially the doctoral students that are there 6 to 8 years, very, very, very close to them. Gather them together and we talk about divine feminine energy. We talk about the earth and the feminine energy. We talk about the elements, and that was very amazing. My wife, I met her, I knew her in high school for a couple of years. We went to 2 different local high schools, and we met at college at Miami, and she was one of these hot Catholic gals, and I just started getting interested in that and thought, this Yeshua is kind of an interesting fellow. And again, I'm not being raised in any institution like the church at all. And I got very involved. I tried to apply.
Oh, hope we didn't lose him.
We're getting some techno. That means there's good stuff coming down. Whoop, there we go. Sorry, right, Rev Ned, you're kind of glitching a little bit.
Am I okay now?
Yes.
And I applied again, was accepted, and on my 3rd year they booted me out. I was just a little too much, a little bit too radical for them, and my thinking and my My questioning, but that was okay. This was part of the path and part of the plan. But all this time, I've always been connected to the elements. 25 years ago, I started, it's probably closer to 28 years ago, I started working with Uncle Dave, who leads a sweat lodge. He's a sun dancer, so doing Lakota ceremonies. And I was doing earth ceremonies, not connected to any tribe, just with what I've learned, which is what we're going to do here this evening. Because I'm not a medicine person, I'm not a holy person. I'm a regular person that just loves working with the elements, loves working with the tree people. And you can see the sky rivers behind me. That's the west, as you can see, with the sun. And in the last few years, I had a near-death experience, November 29th in 2018, which is very transforming. And I've had a stroke last year and heart problems, which all became mystical teachers. Everything that I've had is mystical teachers. I've had Lyme now for 8 years, chronic Lyme disease. Incredible teachers that open up these mystical gifts. And what I would like to do this evening is just work with the simple gift of water. And those who are watching, if you would, get a simple glass of water. So I'm going to say an opening prayer here in a little bit, and then welcome and honor the 4 directions. But a simple glass of water, clear preferably, that we're going to bless here in a little bit. So if you want to take the time to do that, I would really, really appreciate that. And I'm honored to be here on New Earth Rising. And I'm excited to be a part of this. And again, I'm just a regular person. I spend a lot of time outside. The back deck is right here. I call it the back deck of oneness. And there's the birds are usually here feeding right next to me.
Nice.
And they're not too happy here in the trees. And I can see them fly. They're flying around. One did come. Hi, baby. So just to be one with all that is. And it's just such a blessing to be here.
Thank you, Rev Ned. Thank you. It's a blessing to have you with us again. Definitely. I want to say that Rev Ned said if you get a wine goblet, a clear wine goblet, that there's a chance that the water may turn into wine.
That's why I got a big one.
There you go.
I'm all about like wine mugs.
Yeah,
Get
right.
those goblet stuff.
Or just put a on the top of the bottle, just put a glass kind of thing on top of the bottle.
There you go. That works even better. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I didn't mean to drink it.
That'll work.
Hope that's okay.
She froze.
Oh
You're
yeah,
froze.
we're having a little bit of glitch here. It's looking good on the live though.
Did I freeze?
Okay, good. Yes,
Am
you
I
did
frozen?
for a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay. Again, that just means we got good stuff coming in. We got spirit here with us. And Rev Ned, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome. Maybe to set the tone a little bit, last Friday, we had what's called reweaving the land ceremony in the Grove, which is Indiana, which is right there. It's right over there. And this is a spirit elder came out in 2018 and asked us to do a healing of the land ceremony for them and all the entities and energies of that land. And we did. And it was amazing. So we went Friday, we brought our chanupas, the holy, the pipes, the sacred pipes, and we renewed this in a sacred way with a sacred fire. And it was just totally amazing. The little ones were there, spirit animals. There was a huge hawk that was over Uncle Dave's head for a long time that finally left. When we got there, I was using the shell and sage and the feather, and I saw in the pond a deer. I couldn't tell how big it was far away, but it saw me, and I blessed it, and that little thing came up 3 times to us very close to the fire and brought its sibling, one of the most beautiful deers. The Earth Mother was speaking. It was just, these are incredible times. That's why I love doing it, because it's just like giving gifts. They're giving gifts constantly when you honor the little people, the higher entities. these energies, and the ones that are here in this dimension, like the deer and the hawk. It was quite amazing. It was quite amazing ceremony.
And it's so important for us to remember that we're one with all of nature, and we've really lost that. You know, we moved into buildings, we've lost our connection to nature, and what Rev Ned is expressing is like how we kind of used to live all the time, is one with universe, and
oh yes,
being in connection with the elements and the entities and the earth and the air and the fire and the water and the beings of the land. And you know, it's been something that's been lost. And it's my understanding, what has come through to me, that part of the reason we're in such upheaval now, and why things are so cockeyed and out of balance, is we've lost our connection to this. And I've spoken about this many times on my show, about how the elements, you know, like the fairies and the fire elements and the beings of the air and the earth, they're longing for connection. I can feel it crying right now. They're longing for us to reconnect with them. And when we stay disconnected, Mother Earth, you know, we need Mother Earth just like she needs us to be connected, to be interacting, to having experiences like Rev Ned is saying. I mean, I wonder how many people who's watching have actually ever sat out in a forest or in a wild land and just allowed yourself to really connect and commune and allow things to happen, like, you know, the hawk overhead and the deer at the pond, and feeling the beings around you. There's many people who've never had that experience. And it's so important. And that was part of the reason why I'm so excited to have RevNed here, because you bring this all back into something that is like normal and simple, and anybody can do it, and you make it feel like every day. And that was part of when we had our first show. I just felt this longing for what I had been missing, and missing that, exactly what you were talking about. So I just am so grateful that you're here, and so grateful to have connected with you. And I think our viewers really need this too. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. How? So I'm assuming everyone has. Oh, we have a question here. Monica wants to know where you are, Rev Ned. Are you in?
Does she want an address?
I'm here.
Or just an area?
I'm here.
He's everywhere. Everywhere. He's here, there, and everywhere. You're on the East Coast, correct?
Yes, we're in the state of Ohio.
Ohio, okay.
The Buckeye State. Yeah, I know, we're useless nuts.
Oh, he has a twang.
I have a twang.
She says you have a twang.
But we live on a hill, which you can tell. You know, we live on a hill, and there's winds. There's always winds. Even the downy feathers on this are moving on the feather. There's always it's a slight breeze, but it is blowing here, and sometimes it gets really windy, and it'll blow the furniture off the deck and those kind of things. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
But I would love to share this prayer that I wrote just for this evening.
Please,
if we're ready for it.
Let's get this show on the road. Yeah.
We are grateful for the gift of life. We are grateful for the Sacred One's teaching that every breath is sacred, every step is sacred. O Great Spirit, whose ways and words I hear and sense in the wind people, who gives life with every breath, thank you, thank you. We are thankful for the wind people here on this hill, which is dedicated to all that is. We are grateful for the Earth Mother, for whom we would not be, who provides us with food and shelter and grounding and even cosmic connections. We are grateful for the sky rivers and all that they share with us. We are thankful for the four directions who bring us many things like helpers and information. We are thankful for the elements of earth and air and water and fire, which we are the elements. We are one with them. Allow us to walk in beauty of oneness that we embrace as our star rises and sets each day. We are grateful for all the watchers who watch over us and guide us in the mystical ways of the more. We give thanks for us gathering here in such a sacred way. We honor all that is. Allow this sacred gathering to be embraced by pure love and divine light and bring awareness to the trail of tranquility. Let those know who are out there that they are precious and one of a kind, yet but connected to all that is. Let them know they are beings of love and light, filled with cosmic purposes and crammed full of divine potentials, and they are overrunning with talents and abilities and gifts, just like a huge waterfall. We honor each being that will be touched here watching. Aho.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
I would like to walk us to the four directions, if I may.
Oh, please do. Tears pouring down my face, messing up my makeup.
We go to the west, and we give thanks to the entities and energies thereof. Where our star is right now, we give thanks and honor you. We go to the north beings. We give thanks to the entities and the energies thereof, and we honor you. We turn to the east. That brings newness every day. We give thanks to the entities and energies thereof, and we honor you. When we move to the south, we give thanks to the entities and the energies thereof. We honor you. My feet firmly on Mother Earth. We give thanks, for without her, we would not be here. Strengthen our connections. Let us know you in pure love and pure light. And for all of your children, all the winged ones, the crawling ones, the walking ones, the swimming ones, the tree people, all the entities and energies thereof, we honor you. We look to the sky rivers. We give thanks. We give thanks to the Creator, Tawanka Tonka Tagashala, to the star people, to the entities and energies, to the sky rivers. We honor you. We give thanks. We give thanks. May these energies surround us in beautiful ways and good ways. Aho. Amen.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm. Thank you.
So beautiful, Rev Ned. Oh my gosh. I could feel the energies even in my home. It's like, oh, we're listening, and I heard a voice whisper, It was like, this is for you to be doing in your home, and not just to me, but to all of
Oh,
us.
yes.
You know, what we're learning here is something that all of you can be doing. You can be welcoming in the different beings, the different elements and stuff. It'll help you to reconnect to Mother Earth and help you to begin to understand that everything is life. The tree people, the rock people, you know, it's everything is life. Everything is life, and it's so important.
And we are the elements. We have
And we
all
are.
the four major elements. We are them. We are
Mhm.
them. We are them.
Yep.
I do have a story to tell of the little people. If I'm not, am
Yay.
I allowed to do that?
Of course. This is your,
Absolutely.
yes. Do whatever you want to do. Yes.
On my near-death experience, November 29th, 2018, I was sitting in our kitchen area, which is right there by the deck. And 5 gnomes popped in. You know, they don't knock, they just appear.
Yeah.
They appear. And it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'm working on the computer, working on a class that I do. I used to teach in spirituality in classroom settings. And they said that this is what they said: the dark spirits desire to destroy you. There's 5 of them. Destroy you. And then they left about as quick as they came in. Well, a few hours later, this is about 2:30, the wife and I were eating in a Bob Evans locally, and I've had choking problems for years, and I thought I was choking on my food. And I collapsed on the floor. I never did that before. There was this crushing weight. And after it started crushing me, I knew this wasn't a choking experience. This was a dark entity that I've dealt with in the past, and it crushed me to the floor. And the next thing I know, there's black shoes in front of me, and I was told by the watchers it's a police officer. And there was the third person tried to do the Heimlich maneuver on me. But I wasn't choking physically. I was being choked spiritually. Big difference. They put me in the life squad. I was there, I know, 10, 15 minutes. If it was heart, they were going to take me to one hospital. One heart, they were going to take me to the local hospital. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. But I heard the word clear, and I'm not going to go into the whole story. And all of a sudden, I left my body. I was gone for 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
And guess who was up there on the bridge? Most people call it was the 5 little ones. Was the 5 little ones that were the exact same 5, dressed the same, had the same energy. And they were what we say, heyoka. They were going in a counterclockwise direction, reversing the energies, holding hands, and still being happy and singing, reversing those energies. And here I am. So I've had lots of experiences with them and ceremonies. So I want to share this story to honor them. They were there Friday night at the reweaving of the land ceremony. We always give them offerings and just respect them when you honor them. So I hope you enjoy this. It's from the Mohegan, not Mohican, Mohegan tribe in Connecticut. This is one of their stories of the little people, and they're called, if I don't mess it up, Muki Awi Sug, but it means whippoorwill moccasin people. I can say that, so that's what I'll utilize. The whippoorwill moccasin people, and they wear flowers as moccasins. They taught the Mohegan people how to grow corn and how to raise healing plants. They keep the earth well, and they grant favors for those who honor their ways. Honoring the little ones with our thoughts and heart and physical gifts, it's just a sacred way of living, and they return the blessings.
Yeah.
So here's the story. After nightfall, the call of the whippoorwill signals the little people's arrival. It's a story of how we can interact with beings and entities of different densities, dimensions, and they help us and we can help them. So at the time of the bad spirits, there lived a Mohegan medicine woman. One night during a terrible storm and lots of rain and wind, she looked outside. She heard the sound of the whippoorwill. And she looked outside and there was not a bird to be found. But she saw a small boy standing in the rain there at her doorstep. It turned out it was not a small boy, but it was a grown whippoorwill moccasin man named Wiegand, who told her to come to help someone who was very sick, one of their elders. Through the storm, though it was so fierce and strong, he led her through the woods a very, very long way. Suddenly, the storm seemed to stop as they began to descend into the ground. They were in the realm of the little people. Wiegand led her to a beehive-shaped chamber of rocks, and inside a very old lady, an elder, laid in bed, very ill. They told the medicine woman that this was Granny Squannet, who must be made well. She's a very powerful being. Healers often even looked to Granny Squannet for healing. This medicine woman, Mohegan medicine woman, treated Granny Squannet for nearly a moon, and her health improved. In return for restoring Granny Squannet's health, the little ones gave the medicine woman a basket of gifts and told her to remember them, and she was blindfolded and taken back home. Only when she returned home did she open the basket. Inside were quartz crystals, painted skins, and bunches of healing herbs. It is amazing who is around us, who they are that's around us each day, how they're assisting us and being tuned in and sensitive to these other entities and energies, because they want to assist us and they love our assistance. Oh.
Oh, oh.
Thank you.
What a beautiful reminder too, because it's so true. And we have so many people now, and people talk about being empaths, right? And a lot of times people talk about that being an empath is something that causes them distress and harm or stress, right? It's like, oh, I'm an empath. I can't, and that empath gift is how you tune in to all that RevNed is talking about. That's what that is, that being able to feel the world around you and feel the other dimensions and feel that. That's part of why you have that gift. It's not to torture you. It's what you came in with to be able to preserve the earth. And those of us, because I too am an empath, a highly sensitive person, we have that gift, maybe, just maybe, to be able to return to the earth and create those connections again and allow us to all be healed. Maybe that's part of what being an empath is.
Yes, the tranquility. The rooster was going crazy, our local rooster, while you were talking. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but he's going crazy. He was agreeing. Yes, speak it, Michelle, speak it.
Oh my gosh, I love roosters. I used to have 2 roosters when we had our ranch, and every time I come out, they'd be like, what are you doing? What is she doing?
My Chinese zodiac sign is the rooster.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
is it? Really?
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Someone who wakes you up in the morning.
She's
or
an awakener.
Whenever, an awakener. Yeah. So let me know, Rev
Is
Ned,
there
when you
any
want to play.
questions by anybody?
Do you want to play that song?
Yes,
or-
that's what I was just getting ready to say.
Oh.
You're reading my mind, Sharon.
You must be psychic. Okay.
That's what roosters do.
That's what I have a couple of comments that how beautiful everything is. Thank you. That was beautiful. Monica says floaty. She's floaty. So yeah, some comments, but no questions yet. We will have a
I do have a
forum at
fire.
the end. Okay. Oh,
I did
yes.
build a fire in what we call a sacred way. You can't see it, but it's next to me, and we use tobacco, cedar, and sage to and thank the wood people and the fire people that are in there. So it's burning next to me. It's burning next to me.
Nice.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So let me know when you're ready for me to bring the song up.
That's why don't we do it now? We'll do it now.
Okay. Should we have anything?
I'm
should
always
we hold
touched
our
by that
water?
song.
Should we
You
hold
just
our
get
water?
it ready, because right after that
Okay.
video, we'll go into the ceremony
Okay, gotcha.
right after that video. So have your water ready.
I want to drink it. Okay.
Get your water ready, folks.
Whoops, that's not the one I want to say. Okay. I had us up on the screen. That's not what I wanted.
Because
Okay.
we're gorgeous.
That looked like Rev Ned in the pause mode.
I know it's so funny when it
Let me
glitches
try
like that. It's
again.
always
I
like
know,
the
right? Let me try this again. All right.
It's so good.
All right. Wrong screen. Where are you?
We are here, Sharon.
Are
We're
you?
looking
Are you
at
sure? Okay.
Prove it.
There you are. All right. Too many YouTube things open here. Okay. Here we go.
Mm.
Please let me know if you can't hear it.
Granddaughter, the water can hear you. The water has memory. Nibi,
Nibi,
Wabo,
Wabo,
Endayan,
Endayan,
Wabo. Endayan.
Water is the life's blood of our mother, the earth. Water is the lifeblood of our own body.
Nibi wabo endayen aki miskwi nibi wabo heya 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 hey heya 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 ho.
To continue to pass on the knowledge that needs to be given unto the other generations. You are the keeper of the water.
Nibi wabo endayen aki miskwi nibi wabo heya 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 hey heya 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 ho.
To make the change in this life condition that we're in, that great-grandchildren will stand up to this truth of what life is about, and to live it in such an honorable way, the way ancestors came to this earth.
Nibi wabo endayen aki miskwi nibi wabo heya 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 hey heya
Each day when the sun rises, no matter how bad the day before might have been, there's a new chance for your hopes and dreams. And I say, Chimiigwech, thank you for singing the water song.
Nibi wabo endayen Aki miskwi nibi wabo Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you for playing that. You know, I love
Thank
working
you.
with, you're welcome. I love working with the elements, since we are the elements. That's a powerful pondering. I call it pondering, to reflect on that we are the elements. Many scientists say we're 72% water, 12% earth, 6% air, 4% fire, and the rest is ether. It's fascinating how we're around it every day, but a lot of people aren't aware how connected they are. You know, if you think about it, we'll break it down a little bit, that earth, where I got my feet on right now, forms solid structures like teeth and nails and bones and muscles and skin and tissues and hair. I mean, we have what, 60 actually elements in our bodies, You know, think of what water does in our body. Just simple things that it does. Saliva, urine, semen, blood, sweat, and it does a lot more. It's in all our cells. Fire, there's a fire in every one of our cells, but hunger creates fire, thirst, sleep. The vision in our eyes is a form of fire, and the complexion of our skin. Air, the air. All the movement and within us, expansion, contraction, vibration, suppression. Think how much air we take in every day in the sacred path. And all of these need to be in balance, or we're not well. Dr. Lou from Harvard wrote, this is amazing, quote, each human being is made up of 5 trillion to 10 trillion cells. I'm probably one of the 5 trillion ones. Loose, and he said, every cell's a small universe, It's like, oh my gosh, there's more pondering going on. But this evening, we're going to work with and honor and utilize the gifts thereof of water. They say 70% of the human body's water. Isn't it amazing that 70% of the Earth Mother is water? I don't think that's an accident. How connected we are with the earth and with the elements. Water creates an environment that sustains and nurtures. I love that word, that feminine word, nurtures plants, animals, humans. Water is very, very nurturing. She's like a wonderful mother. In Lakota, they call her Minnie, feminine. Many indigenous groups, water is feminine. A wonderful mother, a wonderful mother. Think of the water that flows in us, on us every day, and out of us. We're in this water cycle. How many times do we touch water in a day's time? Think about how you use water. Take a drink, wash your face, bathe, take a bath, shower, flush the toilet, do dishes, wash your clothes, water the plants, the garden, wash your home, your vehicle, whatever. We're constantly around this sacred gift of nurturing of water. I have always felt, since I was young, a connection with water. I love being around creeks and ponds and lakes. One of my favorite places to go in the state park, I call it Spirit Creek, and it's water and it's beautiful. Lots of tree people there. I go there to lay tobacco down a lot. That's why I feel so connected to water. And if earth water is always in movement, that natural water cycle, what do they call it? Hydrologic cycle of all the going into the earth and evaporating, coming back down. The water in our blood carries nutrients. It's the gift of water. We could go on and on and on. They even say that water boosts our cells, make our cells, give them like bodies, the water does. And it moves the things around in our body. According to H. Mitchell, Journal of the Biological Chemistry, 158, the brain and heart are composed of 73% water. The lungs are about 83% water. The skin contains 64% water. Muscles and kidneys are about 79% water. And even the bones are water at 31%. Before we start the water ceremony, which won't be long, I love to do a clearing prayer, and then we'll go forward. We welcome all entities in pure love and light. We speak to you from the Lord God of our being, telling you are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened, filled and surrounded by the divine light, the divine love, and we ask the beautiful many to come and escort you off to the perfect place. Go in peace. So if you will, beautiful beings of light and love, lay your glass down and put your hands, don't touch the glass, but put your hands as much as you can around the glass to create an energy field. You're the same content of this water. You're so connected to this water. You are related to this water. One of the things that I love to do in cleansing is when I'm in a shower, I focus and let these waters become one. The waters that are within Rev to the waters that are outside of Rev coming through the shower head, and to become one, to become medicine, to bring healing, to bring whatever, to nurture. If Rev needs nurturing energies, these will do that. Awareness of these elements, as we're doing right now, but throughout our day, can bring gifts to us. I'm going to give thanks for this water. Share positive energies of love and appreciation over your glass of water. And here's a power pondering thought. What's inside every human being? No matter if that person is a good person or bad person by most people's standards, if they live in the light energy or in the dark energy, they have this water in them. And if we learn to pray and to honor these waters, not just in the creeks and streams and lakes and ponds and rivers and oceans, but the water within people. Our planet is near 8 billion people. Think of the power if we come together in oneness and pray over this water. It's a very connecting point to meditate, to bring healing, to bring balance, to bring harmony, is by praying for these waters. And spending more time just to honor the waters on earth. but honor the waters that you deal with every day. Every day, precious souls, we should be honoring the water. It's amazing when water is wholesome, wholesome. I'm going to be using a water rattle that was created for Rev to work with the element of water. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give thanks and honor the water. See your heart expanding when your hands are around your water. Your heart is expanding in pure love. No strings are attached. No conditions are met. This pure love. We can be this love. But for now, see that expanding in your heart. Let us do the same with our thoughts and our mind, expanding our thoughts, expanding our mind to pure love. Now intermesh this heart of love with your thoughts and mind of love and mesh them together. Interlock them together. You are harnessing amazing energies when you do this. Thank the water with this pure love of your heart, meshed, interlocked with the pure love of your thoughts and mind. Show the water appreciation. Now take the glass, pick it up, and respect and appreciation. And take 4 sips. 4 is a sacred number in many indigenous circles. 4 sips. Allow those waters to connect to your waters. Now put the glass back down. Put your hands around the glass again. The water may be communicating to you. What I would like you to do right now, for us to close, with that heart of pure love, with the thoughts and mind of pure love, interlocking together, meshing together, put intentions into the water, things that you want to lift up, whether it's for a person, whether it's for you, whether it's just simply connecting more with water in your daily life. Maybe it's praying just for the creeks and streams and rivers and ponds and lakes and oceans on Mother Earth. Remember, you are the elements. You're a match with the Earth Mother. It's 70-some% of water. Put those intentions in there. Now send those attentions out. Let this nurturing water, the energies that you put in it, be released. Whatever your intentions may be, to release it. Let us thank the water with the same expanding heart of pure love. with expanding thoughts and mind of pure love that are connected to give thanks and appreciation to this water. Precious Mom Earth, Creator, each one of us. Oh, yes, we bless these waters with high energies. Think about what happens when you were born. What preceded us in that birth? Water. Water. It's what the Hopi call first foundation of life. Very sacred. It's very honorable and sacred what we're doing right now. With your hands still around it, one of the things that I love to do with water, I will take it in the house where I sit tonight, this glass, and it will continue to pray and send those intentions out. And then sometime tomorrow, whenever you feel led, and offer it to the Earth Mother, offer it to that intention, pouring it on the Earth Mother, or letting her become part of the intention of the prayer when you do that tomorrow. But I usually keep it overnight and let the prayers, and those energies, and those intentions continue. That we do have a relationship with the water, a sacred living relationship. Blessings to each and every one of you. Aho.
Oh,
Aho.
Oh, thank you, Rev Ned.
wow.
Yeah, it's powerful. Whew.
Wow.
Thank you all. That was a joy and honor to do.
Oh,
To do.
You know, it's so, it's just feels so good to be in that kind of sacred space. And that's just one of the bits of magic that you bring to the world, Rev Ned. And that reminder that we can all do it, you know?
you know, it's funny. I'm glad you brought up water and it's not, doesn't surprise me because it seems like whenever I channel in groups, just out of the blue, we're channeling something. We don't even know who we're going to channel. The whales and dolphins come through, I'm going to say 99 or 90% of the time to remind us about the water. Yeah. And that we are, yeah, we don't exist without water.
No, we don't.
To remember that.
No, just to even when you're brushing your teeth and using water,
Mhm.
to say thank you for getting a little drink if you're at work or drinking fountain or wherever in the store. Give thanks, to honor it, to honor it. And it's like it blesses it and creates positive paths and positive energies when we do that, because we're connecting with it. And we have natural connections. We're just not aware of them. Most people just aren't aware of the connections to all the
Right.
elements.
I have to read the comments here. So lots of thank yous, Monica, Michelle, Mike, and Monica says, I feel like I'm stoned. I think we can relate.
It's that natural state.
The natural
that
high.
natural state. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And we've got a million thank yous over here from
Good.
Adele and Wendy and Shauna.
Good.
Yeah, just so many people here. Christy is here. And Monica,
Thank
I
you.
got Monica over here on this side too.
Yay.
And Rev Ned. You know, I just feel so much. It's as you were doing the prayers and seeing how, you know, we take this water in and it does its magic in our body, and then we release it, and then it goes out into the world, and these blessings that we're creating here goes out into everywhere all the time. And that's part of that being one with everything is, you know, we've and I know, you know, we become so insulated. It's like, okay, this is my little world and this is what happens here, and forgetting that connection and that deep connection and the importance of walking in a sacred manner and everywhere, you know, every element we bring into our body or we express from our body, every step we take, every breath we take, every bit of food we eat is to be honored. It's life. It's all life. And it's funny, I'm
Yes.
thinking, I just bought some cookies. I'm like, there's even life in cookies. Not as much life as other things, but there's still life, you know, and to bless and like, thank you, cookie. But all the things, and to begin shifting maybe into taking small incremental steps into living more connected and more in this sacred manner. Because doesn't it feel good? Oh, it feels so good. And we can all do this. You know, we don't have to be here. We can all do this in small little ways.
Sure.
And it's such a beautiful reminder.
We get distracted, definitely. So
Mhm.
we just remind ourselves. That's why we're all here together, to remind each other, not to, yeah, to remember that we are connected. Michelle says, I appreciate the reminder to connect with the elements. It's a reminder to be mindful of all. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we're here together, to help each other, remind each other, to remind each other.
To remind each other, to remind each other. Right? It was so funny. Before we started this whole thing, I had put some of my crystals around like I always do. And all of a sudden I felt like this buzzing. And I realized that I've got this beautiful Andara crystal.
Yeah,
it was sitting right here, and she's like, yeah, because she's for the water.
She looks like water.
She's
Yeah,
so waterly elemental.
So we did leave some time for open forum. If anyone has any questions, anything you want any of us to look at, any questions for Rev Ned, anything at all, feel free to
I want, before we
in.
close, I have a little water blessing.
Oh,
No.
I apologize.
At the end.
Okay. I thought we were closed.
I don't know if
Just
I can
at the
take
end.
any more blessings.
I know, but we're gonna be floating out of here. They're gonna see, everyone's gonna see us on the screen just floating away. Okay, everyone, are you ready to get more stoned?
No, afterwards, I mean, right before we go off the air.
Oh, gotcha.
Just a very simple water blessing.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I was just told that.
You were just told that?
Oh, you know,
it's probably the little guys, the little people.
I love the little people. The gnomes used to freak me out when I was little. And then I had one come into my living room. I had created a medicine wheel in the middle of my living room. Don't do that. And the little gnome stuck its head out of a doorway it had created, and it saw me and I saw it, and it slammed that door, and I was like, ah!
Oh, wow.
But we have Shauna here, and she says, yes, thank you so much, Rev Ned. This was so beautiful. I'm just getting out of the bath now. Epsom salts, essential oils, and a bowl of colorful, happy crystals.
Oh,
we love and
wow.
honor the water.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Shauna. It's so cool. Wendy is saying,
thanks
cheers.
for sharing that.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we connect to each other through the water.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. There was several years ago over in what we call the meadow. That's that way, not too far the way the hawk flies. We had a hawk come and visit us today. A lady that I used to do ceremony with would come up with these incredible ideas. She says, let's heal our ancestors. They have gates for each direction. Ooh. And she said, let's heal our ancestor by having some type of communion. So we have water. Most ceremonies, I set water out on the altar to bless. A lot of times we'll share it later. It's medicine. It becomes medicine with all those energies. And she was a baker, so she made this bread. And we always have the altar. There's an altar set up behind me on a little table. I got a few things on there. But we did this and did our singing. We all sang the same songs. And all of a sudden, this huge mother tree behind us opened up, and all these ancestors came out. Thousands came out like a big knot in a tree. It was a portal that came out, and they surrounded us. Wow. And they can take the essence, just like little people can take the essence of the water. They can't take the water or take food or leave grapes or those kind of things. It was the most healing. I don't try it unless you've been through ceremonies and know what to do. But my point is that we can work with people in other densities, other dimensions, just like the little people. And we're so much more than these 3D, all these institutions that push us in this 3D system. We're multi-dimensional beings. We're love, we're light, we're amazing. I mean, we're flying around the galaxy right now. We're cosmic beings, but we're not told these things, how wonderful and who we truly, truly are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so true. I've been connecting with the Pleiadian ancestors a lot in the last few weeks. And that's what they've been saying too, is it's time to open up this cosmic awareness that you don't exist in one place in time, that you exist in many places and times, and that we're connected. And they're just like, open, open, open. And remember who you are.
Yeah, Barbara Marciniak's book, the first book she wrote,
Bringers of the Dawn.
Bringers of the Dawn. Yeah, is the
so
one
good.
That reading that book really blew me open back in I read it around 2000, I believe, but I think she wrote it in the 80s. And that information was there about how we are multidimensional and that it won't be too much longer. Of course, to them is different. Time is different to them. Soon you will be able to have awareness of your multidimensional selves. And it's about merging them so that you have that awareness without going crazy, having that awareness where you can focus on one expression and not go crazy, and then focus on another expression and still be able to have conscious awareness of your simultaneous expressions and experiences. And so now I understand. I mean, I understood it, but I wasn't experiencing anything like that. So now, like you were saying, Michele, it's and Rev Ned, that we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. All we have to do is shift our focus from here to another experience, another expression, another frequency, and we can go to that part of us that's traveling around the universe. Yeah. That's on Jupiter.
And also that's in the water and in the trees and in the air.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because the air doesn't stop at our atmosphere either. It goes everywhere. Water.
I have so many out-of-body experiences of seeing myself as, and I'm sure I shared this a bunch of times, as a mermaid. holding a child with a mate, you know, standing or sitting or standing on a rock in an ocean, on an ocean. So we have all those expressions, all those experiences, and
Yeah, that are
yeah.
all part of us.
all part of us, that who
Yeah.
we are.
And it's right now I'm getting the message to share too is 95% of the shift is just saying, what if that's true? What if we really
if?
are multidimensional? What if I am here in this form and in the waters of the ocean and on the Pleiades and riding an Arcturian starship and am a mermaid all at the same time? You know, what if that is true? And when we start opening up that question and we start asking ourselves, what if that's true? It's asking of the universe and all of life, and you will get answers, and you'll begin to open, and you'll begin to receive and open those aspects of you that are there.
Yeah, totally. I love that. It goes along with what we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So what we don't have in our awareness, we can't have, it's difficult to get any information about it if it's not, if it's not there. I have a question here from Monica. She says, what dimension are gnomes? I never knew they were real beings and thought they were a human-made cartoony character. I've been illustrating them being funny with flasks. Whoops.
No, I think you're appropriate.
Yeah, I don't think they
like
have
their
any problem
booze.
with that. Yeah. They definitely have a sense of humor. Anyone care to answer that question? Rev Ned?
I just going to say, I know there's elves that are in different, and people see densities and dimensions different. I've heard so many teachings on that, but I know, say there's elves that are like 7th dimension. There's some that are in the 5th and some in the 6th. And since the ones that I've dealt with here on this land, a lot of, you can see the Tibetan prayer flags, the horse flag. Can you see them?
Yeah.
On the background, they're strung between 2 trees. They're very similar to prayer ties, like in Lakota, Michelle. And there's a lot of activity between that and the deck that come out. And I believe the ones that I deal with on a lot are like 5th. Yeah. But I know they're different. They're different. And they can be very comical. They can be very teasing. They love to laugh and tease and giggle. I love their smiles. And one time when I was having a choking problem, I was over there at the gate. That's probably 80 yards away from where I'm at. My wife was in the house and I was choking. I was on the deck, walked down this, went over to the gate, and I asked for their help. Guess who showed up? The same 5. And I felt their presence and their love, and whatever it was left. And they actually did some healing in there when the wood is talking. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
The wood was popping and cracking.
Exclamation point.
I hope that answers.
Yeah.
In a general sense, but they're very, very real. The fairies, we do ceremony. What I was explaining early in the Grove, we'll meet like 6, 7 o'clock, even if it's in the winter, and around 12, 1 or 2 is when things come out.
Yeah,
the fairies, orbs. I mean, we've seen so many things of the little people at that time, and we couldn't walk. The energy was so high, such a higher energy of love and acceptance, that it was amazing. I mean, I actually had to fall. I fell down once. I couldn't stand up. It was like we were on something, and we were on
You were
really,
stoned.
really high energies.
You're stoned again.
that's so
Okay.
cool.
Spiritually, yeah, in a good way.
Right.
In a good way.
Yeah, I
You
kind
know-
of feel the gnomes are, oh, sorry, Michelle. I was feeling that the gnomes are high fourth, fifth, somewhere around there. Yeah, in those dimensions. What about,
Well, and
So-
something that I'm getting, and I get this often too, is, you know, having to place these beings in some dimension is kind of a human thing, that there's many dimensions within the dimensions.
Mhm.
And they're kind of like, quit putting us in a box. We're everywhere, just like you are. Just like you are. You're everywhere.
Mhm.
You guys are first dimensional. You guys are 15th dimensional. So are we. We're everywhere. I just heard in my head really loud, get out of the box.
the gnomes are caretakers of the earth, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and the elemental beings that we're
Yeah.
talking about is what I understand, and definitely so yeah, it would make sense that they would be in close proximity to the earth, and but you know, extending out just like Mother Earth extends out in many dimensions, like we are.
And we have dimensions within too.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not just out, it's within. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
equal dimensions, I just heard. As many dimensions as there are out there,
Mhm.
there are that many dimensions within too.
So I would imagine in order for us to be aware of them, they would need to either drop down or show themselves in that frequency where we could have that common awareness of them being around, like how they show themselves, like for you, Michelle, and Rev Ned, and I've had them show themselves for me too. And one of them hit me over the head with a pine cone.
Yeah, I've had that happen before.
I would love to
This is
see
like
that
bonk,
replay.
bonk,
I would love to see that replay.
bonk.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't get it on camera, on video. But yeah, he was giving me a message. So she also, Michelle also is, I'm sorry, Monica is asking a lot of M name. Oh, it's all M names. Oh my gosh.
Of course.
Monica, Michelle, Mike. Yes.
We're everywhere, man.
That are yeah, in the chat anyway. Are gnomes the same as elves? And I would say no, they are not.
No,
No,
they'd be
not at
different.
all.
They would be different.
Yeah,
There's more than what we even, a lot of us that have worked with them.
that we know.
Yes, there's more. There's more.
Many more. These are just the ones that have allowed us to begin to reconnect.
And it's my understanding that we used to, long time ago, we used to be able to connect or intermingle with them. We intermingled with them in different frequencies, in the same frequencies. But humanity, and got to the point because of interference here where we did not treat them or the planet very well, and ourselves, you know, what was going on.
Correct.
So they had to move into, and we were not treating them well. They had to move into a higher frequency where we couldn't be able to exist with them in this similar frequency.
Yeah. And that was
Yes.
part of our journey to understand the different levels of consciousness too,
Mhm.
is to be able to experience not being connected. Right.
Right. And going back, it's like leaving home and going back home.
And we're going back home, guys. We're going back home. It's
Right.
the prodigal children are returning. And there's a party. So get on it. There's a party at the end of the road.
Yeah,
It's
let's
funny
take that
too,
party train.
when we're talking about the elementals and all that, I'm feeling from the Pleiades, which to me connects all the different, I always see that, like the stars of the Pleiades, the seven sisters, I always see it as like a spiral. And whenever they're starting to communicate, I see that spiral start like spiraling. And they're like, don't forget us. Don't forget us. We're all part of all of these elemental beings that you're talking about. It's like they're part of the gnomes and the fairies and the sylphs and the all the different beings, that they're part of that too.
Mhm.
That they've been here with us for as long as as everyone else too. Don't forget us is what I got really strong.
Yeah.
There-
Well,
there's-
go ahead, Rev Ned.
Thanks. Thank you. There's a lot of times when I'm working with the water, whether it's in the shower or the kitchen sink, or with it's a glass of water, but it's usually running water. I'll ask the entities thereof to go send blessings. And there was a funny instance. We were having a ceremony, and one of the people was late. Was prominent and was going to be there. I was facilitating the ceremony, but there was a person that was going to be there that needed to be there. they were in a leadership role, and I was shown that he was sleeping. Okay, so I did a water ceremony, and I asked the entities thereof to go wake his whatchamacallit up. And they did. When he came, he was like 45, 50 minutes late. He said, they woke me up. They got my attention so I could come here. So again, it's that balance and working and weaving and knowing and being aware and love and respect and honoring. And they do the same.
Yeah.
They do the same.
I love that weaving, because it's everything's woven in multi-dimensional form.
When you were
Yes.
talking about the Pleiadians, Michelle, it occurred to me, we get these insights from everyone, everywhere, that, and the Pleiadians are the original seeders of the planet anyway. And some of us have memories of doing that and being here when we came to this planet eons ago, after galactic wars. And so, yeah, they are a part of the planet for sure. Original seeders.
Yeah.
Is that a nice way of saying that you're older in dirt?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I think we all here are. Okay. Monica has another question. Is there any questions on your end, Michelle?
Nope. They're
Okay.
just all marinating. They're all high over here on
They're
this
all,
one.
they're all stoned to the gills. Okay.
You guys are awesome.
Oh man, I do feel stoned. Monica says, if I can read this, all of a sudden I can't read. I have I have a medium type question, if that's okay. It's okay with me. Sure. Okay with everyone else?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Medium type as opposed to large or small type
Larger,
question.
small, petite.
Yeah, okay. Wondering, yeah, she obviously had it all typed out and then just hit send because it showed up right after. I
That's
know
good.
you. I'm going to see Monica tomorrow. We're going, or not tomorrow, Saturday. We're going to be at East City. Okay.
Oh, so fun.
I know, Monica. Wondering if any of you could connect to my stepmom, Sandy, and see if she had any messages for me. Sure.
What are you doing? We got Mikey just came in. Hey, you want to come up? Excuse me.
I'm feeling her energy. She's got a sense of humor. She says, I have a lot of messages. I'm feeling she's saying, I have a lot of messages for you. In a joke, joking. I have a lot to say. Like I have a lot to say kind of thing. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to get out of my stoned mindset. Okay. I'm getting something about your dad. I'm feeling that she's with dad, and I have a little bit of a what's the word? I can't think of words now. well, I know that Monica's dad is on the other side, correct? I hope that's correct. And or I hope, well, I don't know. I hope, but correct. Yes. I'm getting that she has seen dad, that she's with dad. She's with dad. Okay. That's the first thing I get. Okay. What else? It looks like she's holding up. It looks like a stuffed bear or stuffed animal. I'm also getting something about a cat, but it looks like she's holding up a stuffed animal. It looks like a stuffed bear to me. And I also get something about a cat. I just said that. I'm repeating it. Make sure that's where I'm getting. She's yeah. Does a stuffed animal mean anything? It's like a stuffed bear, like a teddy bear kind of thing. Some kind of a stuffed animal. And if it doesn't, that's fine. Michelle's on fire. She gave me stuffed bears. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. Okay. So that helps me know that I'm connected to her. Okay. So thank you. Go ahead, Michelle. You had something?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, I'm totally in the Rev Ned zone right here. I'm like, I'm not doing readings.
I was impressed you did that, Sharon.
I'm impressed myself. Okay. I do feel that she's thanking you. She's saying thank you. She had me write down thank you, exclamation point, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's saying you like you know what to do is what I'm feeling from her. She's saying you got this, you know what to do. Oh, she's also, yeah, she keeps saying trust that, okay. I'm also getting something about her, I don't know if it's her estate or her settlement or something like that, I feel like some people are handling. And she's saying use your intuition, to use your intuition with that. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Her and I were co-executors of my dad's estate. Okay. So it's your dad's. Is there anything still going on with that, or is that finished? Because both the estates are closed by now. Okay. All right. So maybe it was just evidence that it's her. Okay. Because yeah, I was feeling that it was I misinterpreted it, but she wanted to bring it up. Finished. Okay. Definitely. I don't know. I'm just getting messages like you got this kind of thing. She's really I also get that she communicates with you and she helps you in your meditation, your channelings. I'm getting something about channeling, and I'm feeling that she helps you with that, and she learns a lot from you. She learns a lot. She has your cat. Two cats. I know you have cats, but I don't know how many are over there. 3.
All right. Are you done?
She
You're
says,
still
I'm
getting
so,
stuff?
you got some stuff?
No.
Oh.
I just, we're at 5:30 right
says-
now. And
Oh,
so I'm wondering if maybe we could just stay in honoring of the teachings and
she
let
said, I'm
Rev
so,
Ned figure.
all right,
Yeah.
let me finish this real quick. I'm so surprised she was old school Catholic. Many. Okay. She's not anymore. That's why she's saying that she learned so much from you. She is learning so much from you, is what I'm feeling, what I'm getting. Okay. Because she's not old school. We don't, well, as long as we are growing and learning, when we pass, we see things differently. If we have belief systems that are limiting us here. And I hope that makes sense. You're welcome, Monica. Okay. So I scheduled this to 6. Is that something that you can't do? We can't do?
I have something at 6.
Okay. Okay.
I
All right.
just
Wasn't
really
sure.
want to honor the teachings and be here, and stay within the teachings of what Rev is doing. And, I know he's got some more things that he wanted to do. So I just wanted to make sure that
Okay.
we're good.
I was assuming we were going till 6. All right. But it's good.
Sorry.
We can, no, not a problem at all. Rev Ned, do your thing.
Is there any other comments from other folks?
No, not on this end. I would love for people to ask questions about what you're teaching, and that would be so wonderful. But a lot of times people get, they get this kind of stuff and it's just like, so wow. They think of questions later, right?
I did knowing that I was going to do this, and I was told by the watchers to use water. I was thinking initially doing all the elements, but it would have just taken too much time. So I've listened to lots of water songs the last several days, 432 hertz songs, and working with water, just even in the shower and the sink or out here, and giving thanks. So I've been doing a lot of preparing for that, for this evening, just being around that nurturing energies of water and connecting even more than I normally do. And it's been pretty powerful for me. Very, very powerful. I'll probably go over to Spirit Creek here in the next day or two. And the state park's we live in the state park region, and offer thanks for what we're doing tonight, for everybody that's participate, and we'll see this later down the road. Offer some tobacco, go down into the creek and say thank you. So I'm planning on doing that.
Nice.
But I can do this little simple, it's just a little simple blessing. I'll share this. That has to do with water. There was a friend of mine, and there's a very sacred stone on the end. And somebody that I used to work with asked me, I need a renewing ceremony to change my life. She was probably in her early 50s at the time. This was several years ago. And I was told to use the pool at our work location. That's what I was told. So we'd plan this. Our daughter, I call her the kid, helped us with this ceremony, and there was a few family and friends that were there. And she went from one side of the pool to the other side of the pool. Kind of like going through the Jewish mikvah. Say Yeshua would have gone through before going in the temple. You go down, you submerge totally. Then there's water ceremonies all over the world, all different kinds of cultures. And that's what she wanted to do. So she went from one side of the pool, and as soon as she came up out of the water, because we were honoring the water, all these butterflies from they weren't 3D butterflies. They're all sparkling and flying around and sending love. It was amazing. So what she did later, her and her husband offered this walking stick.
Wow.
And it's been to so many ceremonies. And a friend, what we call Hawk Feather, took that off of his neck and gave it to me.
Wow.
And it's been on here. And sometimes I'll use the two to sing and do songs. But it means a lot, and it's almost at all ceremonies that I go to. But here's the bowl that I want to do the closing with. Can you all see it? Because I know it's getting dark. I have a temporary light if it got really dark. And I have a special called a cave pearl that helps with the energies. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's see if I can move this chair. I'm going to give thanks and honor for this evening of our sacred gathering. To thank the energies and the entities of the water. And to continue to bless the glass of water that each person has. Teach us the deep ways of relationship with you, this nurturing energy. And for this water that I'm stirring with a cave pearl, it's actually very mystical to see it. We send blessings out to Sharon, to Michelle, to each person that's out there currently, to each person that will be out there after this live, watching it. And to the four directions, we give thanks. To the sky rivers, to the Creator, to our cosmic cousins, and to the Earth Mother and her energies and her entities, and to this land that helped us this evening, and to New Earth Rising. Bless these people in sacred ways. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. And thank you, Rev Ned. Blessings to you. Mwah.
You're welcome. I receive them. I receive them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rev, for providing us with the experience of truly holding sacred space and truly holding that connection to the all and that beautiful, beautiful just presence that you hold that has become so lost amongst the people, and that you're bringing it back to all of us by being here and speaking with us and being in this space with us and holding the sacred circle. And I'm just so honored that you're here. And I send you all of my honor and all of my love, because I'm just madly in love with you. That you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
Same here.
I feel honored by your words and your ways from both of you, but the energies around here are very happy.
Yeah.
Very tranquil, very connecting, like almost crying, connecting. It's very
Aw.
powerful right now here.
Can feel it.
So thank you all,
Mm,
because we are weaved together here on New Earth Rising.
yes, totally. I do have one more quick question for you, Rev Ned. From Michelle, what kind of classes do you teach, Rev Ned, and how can I find you? And we will hit Rev Ned's information in, but please tell us how they can contact you.
Well, I've taught on pure love for 40 years now. And before the C stuff, I was in classrooms, small auditoriums, church. You think of many of I even had a communist group from the campus that I worked on. They were atheists. They said, there's something really weird about you. Would you come and talk to our group? And I did that. And you talk about love and appreciate, and the energies that were stirring in that space was amazing, So that's what I taught for 40 years in many different circles. I used to be very involved in the church, even though I wasn't raised that way. I mentioned about my wife and over 44 different denominations, but I was part of a women's group. I was the only man on campus, and these were higher, like the most powerful women on campus. And they had this spiritual group, and they invited Rev Ned to become part of this group. And that was an avenue for teachings and doing drummings and being a part of that. And so it was in classrooms. So this stuff called social media, right, is new to Rev. About 2.5 years ago that I got involved with it. I'm trying to get on YouTube. The channel's there, but I can't figure out how to put the trailer into the right place because I'm not all that savvy. So soon it'll be on YouTube under RevNed Cosmic Interconnections. The Facebook that I've had for a while has been open to, it's not private anymore, it's public. RevNed Cosmic Interconnections. And those are the two places. My email, I don't know if you had that, spiritarise@yahoo.com. Somebody wants to personally, spiritarise@yahoo.com. And the YouTube says I've had a channel since 2011, but I didn't even know what YouTube was back then. So I'm still young. I'm a younger one when it comes to social media. So I'm learning things. If that helped, I hope that helped.
And also,
and I love to chat. I do a lot of video chats too with people after I get to know them.
yeah, and
Well,
also Rev Ned and I are going to be
Michelle.
doing something on my channel. We haven't decided how often, but we're going to be doing some kind of something on my YouTube channel as well. That is just Michele Amburgey. So Rev Ned and I need to figure out what we're going to do. And I will help you with your YouTube stuff too, Rev Ned. I've been figuring
you.
stuff out. Yeah. So I'm
Well,
here to
thank
help you.
The
Thank
sun
you.
is setting behind you, Rev Ned. This
Yes.
it's nice.
I have an emergency light here in case it got darker quicker.
Uh-huh.
It's a big old magnetic light. Every once in a while I get caught in the dark cutting grass. We put it on there. It's like a floodlight opens it up. But I think I'm fine since
No,
we're
you're
here for a
good.
couple minutes.
You're good.
I
like
hope you
seeing
all have
the sunset.
enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. That's one of the reasons why I was told to set it up out here.
Yeah. That was one of the
Definitely.
things I was a little bit worried because I was seeing that it was getting a little bit dark too. And I was kind of like,
I have a little table set up with a light that I can turn on.
I don't always need to be the Virgo worrying about everybody.
Aw.
So Mike says, many blessings to you, Rev Ned, and to you, Sharon and Michelle. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Good to see you.
And
Yeah.
Christy is saying blessings and much love to my stoned friends and all beings. And
Oh,
Sean is saying, thank you, dear Rev Ned. So lots of
You're
thank yous,
welcome.
lots of
you're
appreciation and
welcome.
honors. Yeah.
Thank you for being here, all of you. Thank you, Shauna and Christy.
Mm.
And yes, you're welcome, Michelle. You're welcome, Monica. You're welcome, Mike. And thank you. Beautiful faces on the screen.
Rev Ned. Dude. This was awesome.
Dude, you got us all stoned. Stoned on love.
Just being in this beautiful sacred place is just like feels so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So thanks
Yes.
everyone for being here. If you haven't, please subscribe and like the show today. And we will see you next time. Mwah. Love you
Yes.
all.
Bye,
Many
y'all.
blessings.